Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 265. I got my coffee in my summer sock camp mug from 2022, peppermint mocha creamer. The search continues for pumpkin spice. I feel like it's coming pretty soon. I hope that it's in the stores at least by my birthday because I love pumpkin spice on my birthday. So we'll see. My birthday's next month. Actually, it's less than a month away. Today is Friday, July 19th, and it is 9:18 a.m. I almost said p.m. It's a.m. My birthday is August 17th, so I would love for pumpkin spice to be in the stores by then, at least. If it wants to come before, I'm not going to be mad. Let's see. I'll have all my show notes right down there. Just click the word more a couple times and everything should drop down for you. I feel like I forgot to say this is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, and cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Did I say that already? I don't know if I did. Anyway, this is take 2. I had to start it over. I messed up. I haven't talked a lot this morning and it shows, so I'm gonna try to focus. Show notes will be right down there in the description box. I will have links to all the things that I talk about today. Socks, patterns, yarn, all that stuff will be right down there. I have 3 knit-alongs going on in my Ravelry group. 2 of them are year-long knit-alongs. One is Knit All the Scraps, and the second is Knit All the MKALs, and that's the Stephen West MKALs. And the third one is Knit All the Stripes, which ends August 31st. And that one just knit self-striping yarn. Knit or crochet. As long as I can see those stripes, doesn't matter what pattern it is. It could be shawls, it could be sweater, it could be socks, it could be whatever. I just want to see stripes. And they can go in a random order or they can go in, you know, like a color repeat of like 6 colors or 4. It doesn't matter. It counts. So if you want to do scraps, you can do it that way, or if you have self-striping yarn, go for it. It doesn't matter what kind it is. All right, I think that's it. I have 2 finished objects and 2 whips. I have stash. I forgot to show my Advent minis from last week. I just opened the one that was Fridays, and I didn't show the whole week. So I have 2 weeks worth of minis to show you. And I have some next cast-ons that I will show you. All right, I think that's it. If I forget something, let me know in the comments, or maybe I will, as this video progresses, I will remember. Okay, finish object number 1. I finished these both on Sunday. It felt so good to finish 2 socks in one day. It was excellent. All right. I finished my Freckled Whimsy Tropic Like It's Hot. Oh, I love these so much. It was a sock set and the mini was this pink color. Let's see, all of my socks. They're all fingering weight today. Yep. All fingering weight socks. US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter Chiaogoo red lace, 32-inch cord. I knit mine magic loop cuff down. I do 12 rows of 2x2 rib, 64 stitches, and I do the vanilla sock on magic loop by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. These ones are probably about 70 rows. I like to do around 70 for my leg. So yeah, that's all of my stats for the socks. Did I say these are Freckled Whimsy Tropic like it's hot? I love that name. That's one of the reasons I bought it. But I mean, it is very summery, but the name got me. And this is her 85-15 base. So yeah, 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon. So they're a little squishy. So yep, and I got them to match. Love them. All right, finished object number 2. I was so surprised that I finished these. I feel like I wasn't gonna do it, but if you've seen that on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. I finished my Scrappy socks. So I finished these in 3 Sundays, 3 Scrappy Sundays. I wove in all the ends also. I think the only reason I finished these, I believe I finished the gusset last week. So from here all the way down, I finished in one day on both socks. And I think the only reason I did that, because I went to my in-laws. I didn't have to cook or clean or anything. So I really believe that that's how I finished these. So I did it in 3 Sundays. I'm proud of myself. We'll see. I'm going to do these again. On Sunday, I'm going to cast on another pair. And we will see how many Sundays it takes me. But yep, these are for me. I did matching, I did, I think 5 rows. 5 rows of this color. And then that's the same as the heel and the toe. And they match beautifully. I love it. So these are for me. I did, the stripes are uneven. I didn't really, I just wung it. There's some 5, some 6 rows, 7, there's some 4s. Obviously there's some 10s and 12s right there. That one's probably 10, that one's probably 10. I just did whatever I felt like it. If the mini was getting short, I was like, okay, we're gonna end it. So yeah, these are for me. I love them. Oh, I can't wait for it to get cold so I can wear all of these socks that I've been making. And again, I went through and I forgot the dates. Okay, it's okay. So these I cast on or started July 10th. And I finished July 14th. And this is pair 14 for summer sock camp. And the Scrappy socks, I started June 30th and finished July 14th. And also I want to show you the other side. I did not do anything for the jogs. It doesn't bother me, so I didn't do it. I just dropped the color, picked up the new one. I didn't do anything special. So I was showing you the pretty side. Okay, that is it for my finished objects. So yep, I'm up to 15 pairs of socks for summer sock camp. And we have like maybe 6 weeks left. 7? I don't know how many weeks of July we have left. 1.5? Probably 1.5. So maybe 5 weeks left? 5 or 6 weeks left of summer sock camp. Oh, that makes me sad. That's okay. I'm still gonna continue to knit socks, whether it ends or not. Okay, that's my finished objects. Now let's go on to whips. This is a new whip that you have not seen in my unusual surroundings bag. Star Wars. So you know what this is. And I have a hoe, so I have to steal a sock blocker. I got back out, I picked out another mustache yarn Star Wars colorway. After this one, I think I have 4 left. I'm getting so close to finishing them. I'm happy and sad at the same time because I've been hoarding these Star Wars colorways for a long time, some of them. mustache yarn. This one's called Dark Emperor, aka Palpatine. So this one is probably a more recent one because it has the new name on it. So that is the correct name, Dark Emperor. And I have one sock done. Oh, look at that. It's so moody. It's so dark and moody. The heel, I decided I wasn't sure about this. I think it's okay. I think I like it. This is a yarn that I got from the Harry Potter Advent from Yarn Cafe Creations and Dragon Horde Yarns. I think this is a Dragon Horde yarn color from years and years and years ago. And I caked the skein up when I did my Marled Magic. I used it a lot in there. And then I've been using it with Scrappy socks. I think I used it in this one. Yeah, it's right here. And I used it in my friend's sock. So this is all I got left. I got enough for the heel. Probably got enough for scraps for something else, but I thought it worked. I was a little afraid of doing like one of my crazy heels because this color is so dark that I don't know, I just didn't feel it. I did not have a blue that was this color. That's what I really wanted, but I did not have one in my stash. Let's sigh. It's okay. I like it. So here we go. I did 67 or 68. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. 68 rows for the leg on these ones because I did not want that blue stripe to start my gusset. So I did that blue stripe and then I did a few more rows. So that most of the gusset was in this gray color and then this blue stripe did not change its stripes. Most of them are around 2 or 3 and that's what it is. 2 rows to 3 rows. So, and if you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. So there's the first sock and here's the second one. I have 12 rows and the cuff done. So I'm going to take the markers off this sock and put them on this sock so that they match and it's motivating. So here we are. And I got them to match. They will match. It's hard to see, but it will match. My lighting is weird today. It is sunny. I don't like it when it's like bright sunny because it leaves shadows everywhere. I like cloudy, overcast days to record. It's better lighting. I don't know why. It just is. So, yep. I hope I will have these done next week. Pretty sure. This is my only sock whip on my needles. But I am going to cast on Scrappy socks on Sunday. And I might cast on another pair today. Going to my parents tomorrow, and I don't know how much I'm going to get done on this pair. If I get to the heel today, I'm going to want another pair to work on because I might finish them. Would love to finish these tomorrow. Today might be pushing it, but at least tomorrow, so we'll see. All right, last whip. I did a ton on this. Tons. Knit for Brains. This is my shawl, my Starflake shawl by Stephen West. Oh, I'm in love with this thing. I love it. I love it. I am using, we'll go over the colors one more time. I'm using Knitpicks Stroll, Grass, and Key Lime Heather. I don't know if you can read that. Let's see. Is this the one that's attached? Nope. Grass and Key Lime Heather. This one is, it's looking more, it's more yellow in real life. I don't know, I love it. So those are my colors. And here is my shawl. So I finished section 2. I finished 1. Last time I recorded, I had section 1 done. So I finished section 2 and I started section 3, the brioche. It was a bit much. Those first few rows took me forever. Look at it, it's beautiful. So there's that star shape that you saw last week, my clown bib. And then we got the stripes. Those were pretty easy. I love doing those. And then we got in the brioche, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm scared. Now the actual brioche itself, if I had like a certain amount of stitch count and I was just doing brioche back and forth, fine. We have increases and decreases in here, and that's where it's like, whoa. But I think I finally figured out the pattern and I can read it, so it's getting easier. I still have to really pay attention. Here's the back. So there's the back of the brioche, is the light color. And then here is the front of the brioche with the dark green. And that is a Twin Mountain Handcrafts. I brought Stuart back. Do you guys remember Stuart? I decided he needed to be on this shawl because, I mean, look at this. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? That's crazy. So I don't know, how many rows do I have? I don't know. It's with 2-color brioche, you have to do the same row twice. So it's kind of deceiving when you're like, oh, I only did 3 rows of brioche, and then, oh wait, that's actually 6 rows. So I don't know how many rows I have done. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got 14 rows. Doesn't look like much, but that's about 14 rows of brioche. So there we got the increases there. And we have the decreases there. I mean, that looks kind of funny. I'm sure once I get it, it's all scrunched on the needles, I'm sure it'll be okay. And brioche is so squishy. I can't wait to get more of this fabric so I can squish it. So yeah, it's in a weird, I can't even show you all the points. I mean, there's points, but you can kind of see over here. I love it. So I'm going to be on this section for a long time, I think. I really, really doubt that I will finish it this week. But I'm going to still chug along. I did, I think 2 rows, or technically 1 row yesterday, and it's like, I need a break. So I'm going to take today off, and tomorrow, and Sunday, because I'm working on Scrappy socks. So maybe Monday I will get this back out and chug along. I cannot work on this with my family around me. I can't. I'm afraid I'm going to mess up. So I like to work on it when my kids are occupied and my husband is working. So it's not gonna, this isn't going to happen on the weekends. It's just not going to happen. So that is my shawl. I got lots done. I worked on it Friday and Saturday. I don't remember when I finished section 1. Maybe it was Saturday. Or section 2, I mean. Section 2 was pretty easy. There was some parts where you gotta pay attention, but it was just knitting and purling most of the time. Yarn overs and decreases of some kind. This one, you have brioche and brioche purl and brioche knit and yarn overs and, whoa, slipping stitches, and there's weird decreases. I think I finally memorized the decreases, so there's a lot of times where I'm like, all right, this is the left one. I had to go back up to the chart, to the abbreviations, and read it, and as I did it, I'm like, okay, and then I had to do the right one, and then I had to look at it. Now I've done a few of them, and I know where they are because I can see them slanting the right way. So, and also one of them you have to stop 3 stitches before the marker, and then one you have to stop 1 stitch before the marker. So that also helps which one I'm supposed to be doing. And that is all of my whips. Now we're going to get into, I guess we'll do my next cast-ons, and then we'll do all of the other yarns. So my next cast-on, I got caked it up. Now I'm a little irritated at Opal. All right, this is Opal. I weighed this. This was 97 grams. I got ripped off. Just saying. I mean, I'll have enough, but maybe I just got a bad skein. So here we are, Opal. Color 4053. And it's gonna look like this one. I don't know what kind of pattern that is. It's kind of wonky, but it's gonna look like this one. If you can see it. So yeah, I was a little bummed. I put that on my scale to cut it in half. I do this so I can do them tandem, but sometimes it just doesn't work. I get excited, I do one, and I'm like, oh, I'm already at the toe. Oh well. So I split them if I want to do in tandem, or if I want to cast both on, or if I want to cast one on and I get to the heel, then I can cast this one on. It doesn't matter. But that is the next sock whip. And this was from the summer sock camp basket. Also, the summer sock camp basket has 12 skeins left in it. I don't think I'm going to finish them all. I really, really doubt it. Now that I'm working on that shawl, it's like, eeks. It's taking up my sock knitting time. That's okay. And then here is my Bags by Awesome Granny. This is my Scrappy bag. I'm going to do heels and toes in this. This is Mama Jess Frankly Lisa colorway. I'm going to do heels and toes in this. And then I have Scraps Galore. Freckled Whimsy, I don't know, I don't remember. This one is the Mustache Yarn the Doctor colorway. And I did these recently, Freckled Whimsy, forgot the name. And we got Mustache Yarn, the Eras, and Nomadic Yarn, I think it's Little Shop of Horrors. So all of these ones that I showed you, they are all caked up in a way that I can do the socks tandem, one ball on each, and they will match. These were going to be matchy stripy socks. I don't know, I might have more colors than I need, but we're just going to go with it. I like to do at least one stripe repeat before I go on to the next color, but these ones and these ones, the mustache ones, have really, really long repeats, so I might just go to a point and stop, which is why I like that they are wound up in a way that I can do that. So yeah, these ones might not be the full repeat, but I might just go till I say, yeah, that's enough, and if I need more, I'll come back to them. And then this one is just, I think I made a hat out of this, or did I make socks? I don't remember. This looks like 50 grams. I swear I made a hat out of this. I don't know where it is, but so yeah. I haven't decided what order I'm doing these. I picked out some. These are going to be for Amy. I know Amy's not a big Doctor Who fan, so I might not put that much of that one in there. But I know she loves the Taylor Swift like I do. I think she has some of that yarn in her stash. I'm pretty sure she bought some. I think she has DK. So maybe I'll do, like, after the gusset, maybe I'll do the eras for, like, the foot and the toe. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So that is going to be my cast-ons that you are going to see next week. So you will see 3 whips next week, hopefully. All right, now I'm going to show some yarny stuff. So if you don't want to see that, if you don't want to hear me talk about life stuff, reading and watching, I will see you next week. If you want to keep knitting or keep doing whatever you're doing, I will talk for at least 15 more minutes, maybe. Okay, I will show you the minis. Now I'm not going to go through all of them. This is the Yarn Cafe Creations My Little Pony Advent for July. So this was the one that I opened last week. So we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This one is probably my favorite. I mean, look at it. Oops. Maybe I should show them this way. I don't know. I'm having a hard time showing these. So there we are. Love them. And then we have, this week we had a lot of blues. I'm going to show Fridays, but this goes up on Monday, so you shouldn't be spoiled. This week we had lots of blues. Ooh. So I think this one's my favorite. I like this one too. I was like, white and black? Wow, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, we have lots of blue. This one and this one are very, very similar. But yeah, we have lots of blues this week. It's funny how, like, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, or maybe both years, they were like really heavy on the pink, and now they're heavy on the blue this year. So these are the ones that are very similar. I mean, I feel like this one has more like neon-y green and yellow. This one is like a lighter blue with a dark green. I mean, they're close. I still love them. It's okay. So that's all the minis. I was like gonna open some, or open a week and then wind them. Well, now I'm behind, and now it's like, oh my goodness, that's 14 minis. It's gonna take me forever to wind those. I'm winding those, and I'm going to be putting them in my DK Cozy Memories. And then I have thoughts brewing about I forgot what the blanket was called. Amy from Haville Yarn is making one out of hers. I was like, ooh, that's tempting. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I have never done a circle blanket before. She's doing a Helen Stewart pattern, but she's not doing the eyelets, or I think it's the eyelet rows. She's just knitting. And when she has to increase, she's doing, I think, knit front back or something like that instead of the eyelets or the yarn overs or whatever you want to call them. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. You know, I might just use them in the blanket and then just set them aside for socks, heels and toes. I don't know. Okay, so that's my minis. Now I'm going to show my Granite State yarns, not stitches, haul. It came. I thought the mini in the picture looked purple, and it's black, which is like, I'm fine with that. I was expecting purple, but screens may vary. But oh my goodness, look at this. I talked about this last week. I had to get this. I will link her shop down below. When I looked yesterday, she did not have any 100 gram skeins left. She just had 50. And this is Rainbow Road. And the mini is I've Been Inked. So this is a Mario Kart reference. And my kids are big Mario Kart fans. I would like to knit this for summer sock-camp, but I don't know. I got so many yarns in my basket. But this looks like a bright summery color. And I don't know if it's gonna like micro stripe. I don't know. But yeah, these bright colors, I needed them. And this is 75 Superwash Merino, 25% nylon. 20-gram mini with 100 grams. So, I don't know. I might just stick this in the basket and we'll see. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to finish everything in my basket. I kind of knew that when I filled it. But you never know. Alright, and then I got... This is why I went to her site. So these are the Fox and Pines. Sorry, it's gonna kind of crinkle on there. I got it full. Fox and Pine stitches. She has these Notion nooks, they're called, and it's magnetic. So I went ahead and filled it right up so I could show you what's in here. So it's gonna be kind of noisy. Look at all the goodies. I think I have enough stitch markers and progress keepers. Said no knitter ever. These ones are kind of sticking to the magnets. So these are my stitch stoppers that I have. And then these are my Halloween progress keepers from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. And then these are my Christmas ones. And then these are just stitch markers that have rings on them. And they open like that. So like these, just the single rings. This one's a Lemonade Shop one from the Lucky Charms. So it's just a ring. 4-leaf clover. Oh, I don't use these ones very often because I don't usually, if I'm going to knit a hat, but I feel like that's it. Well, in my shawl I'm using some, but I'm not using these kind of, just using a plain one. But yeah, I use the progress keepers mostly. But yeah, so these are just my extra. Now I have way more of these progress keepers, but I kind of took some out of one container and put them in here. So now I have 2 containers and the other one is now empty-ish. There's some still in there. So now I have extra room for more. If Twin Stitches, or not, Twin Mountain Handcrafts comes out with more, I can, I have room for more. So I got a clover stitch count marker in here, and then some of those snips, just to show you how big this single pocket is. And it shuts in there. It fits nicely. I've seen these on the Fox and Pines website. And then it's magnetic. Ooh, fancy. So you can get them on Fox and Pines Stitches website, or Granite State Stitches has these, and she has all 4 colors. So if you don't want to buy from Canada and you want to support a local small business, you can go to her website. I will link it down below. There's teal, pink, purple. There's 4 colors. What's the other one? I don't remember. Don't know. Pink, purple, teal. Maybe there's only 3. Now it's gonna bug me. Maybe there's a blue one. Maybe there's a blue one. I don't know. I think there's a blue one. But I went with the teal one because, you know, I love my green. So yes, I love that. I went through all of my little notions and all my markers, and I cleaned everything up, and yes, now we're all nice and tidy and clean. So this is just gonna be like my extra case. My extra case. But I mean, there's no needles in here, so it's not like I could take that as like a notions pouch. It's more just for stoppers and extra progress keepers. All right, that is all the stash. I really want to cast this on. Oh, tempting. We'll see how much I would get done on the shawl this week. It might be kind of slow going. I've been working on that shawl a lot. I think I worked on it all day Monday and all day Tuesday, half the day Wednesday. So it's like I'm really missing my sock knitting. So maybe I will just like do 2 to 4 rows a day or something. I'm not in any rush to finish that shawl, so. But do I really need a lot more socks? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, reading and watching. Reading. I finished Yellowface. It was okay. I mean, Yellowface, that type of book is not my usual genre. And the main character, I hated her so much. So that didn't help. So maybe that's what it was. That main character was just like, I just wanted to smack her. So if you just beware if you read that, the main character is not the greatest. It was okay. I would give it 3 stars. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't the greatest. It was right in the middle for me. I'm still reading The Women. I'm listening to that. I got that book from my library. I think I'm like 70% done. That's the one it's a little heavy, and I didn't listen to it a lot this week. Yeah, it's not a lighthearted book. So that one's by Kristin Hannah. And on my Kindle, Heir of Fire, Throne of Glass, book 3. I don't know if I read that this week. To tell you the truth, I don't think I touched it again. Has that been 2 weeks since I've read that? That's not a good sign. Yeah, I think it's because I was going to switch and read that during the day. Because there's lots of characters going on, and I feel like when I read that right before I go to bed, I'm like falling asleep and I'm forgetting stuff. So I was going to switch and read that during the day. And then I was doing a whole bunch on my book, or on my shawl, and I can't knit on my shawl. I can't do brioche and read a book. So maybe this week. I don't know. And it's harder to read during the day when the kids are here because I need it to be quiet. I can't read. I can't read with music going. I can't read with other people talking. Even if they're not talking to me, if I can hear them talking, I can't focus. I don't know how people can do it, but I can't. So those are the books I'm reading. Watching. My husband and I are watching Bridgerton season 3. Oh my word, I love that. I love that show so much. I think there was like 2 Taylor Swift songs on that. One absolutely was. The other one, I'm pretty sure it was Snow on the Beach. Correct me if I'm wrong, but oh, Taylor Swift songs in that orchestra music. Oh, that's good. I love it. Yeah, so that's good. I think we have 1 or 2 episodes left. We're almost done. I am watching The Great British Baking Show with my kiddos. We are like halfway done with collection 11. And the kids are like, what are we going to watch after this? And I'm like, well, I've already watched the Doctor Who's. Maybe we can go back and watch them. And they seemed to be okay with that. So we'll see how much time we have left for the summer. But yeah, they really wanted to watch the baking show. That was on top on their list. We had 2 seasons. They're like, we have to watch these. Probably not going to be able to watch one today. I got lots of stuff going on. I got to record. I got to do laundry. And then Chloe's going to see a friend. Like at 11 o'clock. And it's 10 right now. And I'm not even done recording and cleaning up. So it's probably not going to happen today. And our Friday movie was Back to the Future 2, 1989. Oh, that was a good year, right? If you know, you know. So today we'll probably be watching the 3rd one. All the shows that I've talked about are on Netflix. And that's it. I haven't been watching a lot of podcasts. I'm kind of behind on some. Yeah. I think the Taylor Swift Eras concert is getting into my podcast watching time and reading time. I believe I counted, forgot what the number was, at least 30 or 32 concerts left, and she's done. So I am like watching every single one of them. Now I'm not like really focused watching it. I'm knitting, I'm doing other things. I watch them on Instagram. I forgot her name is Tess. I forgot her name. It's Tess something. I follow her on Instagram, and she does live streams. So I mean, they're not the greatest quality. And some of the people that are, you know, in there are singing their hearts out, and I love that. I don't care. That's fine. So, and I also do the Swift Alert. The app Swift Alert has a game called Mastermind where you guess her outfits for each of the eras. Yes, I am that person. I guess the outfits I already guessed for today. Yeah, I think she had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then she has the weekend off. I don't remember when her next show is. But oh man, I'm like 30 some shows. What am I going to do when this is done? I'm going to be sad. And I just started watching them like maybe a few months ago. Apparently you could have watched them the whole time and I didn't know it. So yeah, I have a concert to watch today. I'm such a nerd. That's okay. I'm proud to be a nerd. I don't think life stuff, I don't think we have anything going on life stuff wise. The weather's been a little bit cooler, but it's gonna get hot again. I think like mid 80s. It was like 75 yesterday. It was nice. We actually didn't have to have the air on. There was a nice cool breeze. I'm like, this does not feel like summer, but I'll take it. I think we woke up today and it was like 56. I'm like, ooh, yes. Cool weather. I need the cool weather. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you today. 42 minutes. Actually, it's going to be 43 here in a second. So I guess I will let you go. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. I do love reading them. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. And I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are not roasting if it's too hot where you are. I don't know how you people do it that live like in the South or the West, like the Arizona, California, Nevada, Texas area. Ugh, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm up here in Michigan where I'm like, oh, it's 80, it's so hot. They're like, well, it's 120 here, so you be quiet. All right. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope I will see you next week. Bye.